Those moments are the best.
I was up like 1 a.m. playing with these demons.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, bro, I'm going to start winding down. And then you pull a clip like that.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, man. I feel those early in the morning because, I mean, I am playing bots. Dude, they're same thing. I remember I did something and a couple people in the house probably still sleeping. It's like 8 in the morning and I'm just, I got my coffee here playing. And I remember there's one of the clips, I pull it off. I get like a triple and I'm just to myself, I'm like,
yeah.
Just like internal scream. I'm just like,
yeah. Welcome everyone to episode 165 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
And I'm Mike.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good, bro.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. Yeah, we survived the eclipse today.
We did.
Yeah, no eyeballs got singed off or got, I'm not blind anymore.
No apocalypse.
Yeah, no, it was really cool though. I mean, I wasn't really thinking that much of it, like all day. And then they've been mentioning it for a while, They're like, oh, dude, you got to hype this up, man. It's going to be a big deal. And I was like, I don't really give a shit. But then when it happened, I was like, damn, this is actually pretty cool. It looked like a storm was coming pretty much.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, okay, here we go. So I took the kids out. We went, like we were walking back. I was like, great, get your glasses. There was like only like 2 or 3 of the kids had them. So I just grabbed them all. I'm like, all right, let's make a line here. I'm like, you, glasses, let's take them, check it out. And he's like, whoa, okay, that's enough. It's like, we don't got enough time for it. But no, it's really cool. It's weird to think that I keep hearing different numbers. I don't know if you know. I've heard that the next one we're going to see is in like 70 years. I've heard 20 years. I don't even know when we're going to see another solar eclipse.
Yeah, I think solar eclipses, I think they happen like every 7 or 8 years, but like a total solar eclipse, which is what we had, it's way longer. Yeah. I think 20 is like more accurate. Yeah. Might be longer than that.
Yeah. Because I heard 70 and I'm like, huh?
I wouldn't be surprised if actually that seems pretty long. 20 sounds like
that's what I was thinking. Because that was the first number I heard was just like 20, 25 years, something like that. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
I think the last total solar eclipse, I mean, fact check us, but I think it was like 1984. Dude,
let's look it up. When will the next solar eclipse happen? A total solar eclipse won't be visible again from the contiguous U.S. until August 22nd, 2044.
Okay, so 20 years. Okay.
The next total solar eclipse with a coast-to-coast path spanning the lower 48 states will occur on August 12th, 2045.
That's fair. Yeah, because
they said the other one that's on August 22nd, it says, it says August 22nd, 2044, but totality will only occur over North Dakota and Montana, plus northern Canada, so we won't see it.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's funny, at work, we went out and like looked at it. I was in the same boat as you. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But when I looked at it, I was like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. Because it was bright, it was sunny, it was 65 degrees outside,
beautiful day,
and then 15 minutes later it's dark, like not pitch black because we didn't get totality, because where I was at it was like 90%. So it wasn't 100%, but it was still like it got dark and it got cold.
It did get cold,
which is, it's crazy that a sliver of sun, like we were talking about it, we got just enough sun where like it was still cool out, but then when the eclipse was over, it was just warm again. I'm like, whoa, that's insane.
Yeah. That's the stuff you think of when, you're like under certain substances.
Yeah.
Like, dude, to think how like that we are the perfect distance from the sun where we don't get cooked, and to show like just that little bit of time, like, can you imagine if that was for hours or for like a week?
Yeah.
I mean, the world would be pretty much over. If you didn't have the sun.
Yeah. I like to when this eclipse like happened around here, I was like, this is just your normal like winter in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Darkness at this time. But it's funny because my team, the other half of my team at work, they're all out, and for like different reasons, but 2 of them went up to Maine to go see it like fully, like 100%. And we got like texts back from them, and it went pitch black.
Yeah.
Like they saw the entire thing. I'm like, those photos must be so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
One of the teachers at work, he did the same thing. He went to Maine. He went and hiked a mountain.
Yeah.
To go up there and take photos of it and just see it. So I'm hoping that I don't know if he took photos. I hope he did, because when I see him tomorrow, I'll be like, bro, let's see this.
Yeah.
You know, because it was pretty cool from our end, but man, over there, that must be insane. You know?
I know Maine had they had a stadium where you could go and like sit and view it, and one of my friends, she went on a hike with like a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
And same thing. That must be insane. Imagine you're hiking during the day and then all of a sudden just pitch black.
Yeah, you get up to the top, you kick it there for a little bit, have a little food, hang out, and then you're just like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
And you just see it and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty mind-blowing, that stuff. So again, I wasn't really like too into it at first. I didn't really care that much about it. But then when you're actually there witnessing it, you realize how cool of a phenomenon it is.
Yeah, it is. It's probably one of the coolest things that you can like actually experience and see that. It was so cool.
Yeah, it was a solid Monday. But yeah, I'm doing good, man. This weekend, dude, I went to hella concerts. It was wild. That's why I wasn't on at night, because I went Friday, I was going to go, and then our buddy, he went and his uncle was going to this concert. And he talked about like just weird things. I was watching this YouTube video of these two guitar players, this guy Joe Satriani and Steve Vai. And I've known of them for forever. And they're doing a tour together. I'm like, man, that would be so cool to see those guys. I'm like, whatever, though, whatever. And then he tells me, he talks to his uncle on the phone. He's like, bro, he's going to see them in Boston, like, tonight. You want to go? And I'm like, I wouldn't mind. I was like, hell yeah. So I went, and it's like, so I drove there. It was like 6:30. I was like, when are they playing? He's like 8. So like, let's go. So I just drove there, and I'm like, dude, I did not expect my Friday to be going this way, where like I was just going to be getting some food, playing some COD. I'm like, and here I am now. And then Saturday was the same thing. That one of my friends had texted me, one of my friends from college. He's like, dude, this guy Al Di Miola, he's like, dude, he's playing over in Beverly, Mass tonight. He's like, dude, tickets are like $40. He's like, you want to go? I'm like, fuck's going on? I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
And it's, oh man, I know you've been to concerts too, and like you've been to those big events, dude. Every time I see these guys, just to actually witness them in the flesh, I'm like, dude, there he is.
Yeah,
I'm like, that man's real.
Yeah,
these guys who I've watched on YouTube forever, just seeing clips of concerts and listening to their albums, and I'm like, dude, these guys are such good guitar players. And then you see them in person, I'm like, oh shit,
yeah,
dude, he exists.
Yeah,
like the guy who wrote all those albums and did all those concerts, I'm like, there he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's one of my favorite things.
Oh yeah. I get the concerts like now, like going to see an artist that you really really love.
Yeah.
And then like you said, you see him, you're like, oh, you're right there. You're an actual person. Like after the concert's over,
Lowry, you listen to him all the time, and then you're like, bro,
you're gonna go back to your hotel and just eat.
Yeah.
And you're in the same city as me.
Yeah, dude. I know, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I just think of like weird. I don't know if other people do, but I'm like, dude, if he like met somebody today, random, he's like, oh yeah, Steve, nice to meet you. I'm like, dude, that's Steve Vai, bro. I'm like, that's not just a Steve.
It's like when we go to COD events and we'll go and like grab food or whatever, and pro players like walk by us.
Yeah,
and no one has any idea who they are. But, everybody that has, like, the lanyard, right, that went to the event, they're like, oh, my.
You're like.
Slasher.
Yeah, dude.
Austin.
Well, I remember when we went to, I remember it was after one of the events, we went to, was it Tasty Burger, right? And as former pro, Major Maniac, he was there with, like, his team. And I was just like, holy shit. I'm like, dude, that's Major Maniac, But like, anybody else there would just be like, okay, who was he? I'm like, bro, he was in the grand final with Atlanta. He played for Atlanta FaZe, bro. He's a beast. Like, he's part of the biggest comeback in COD history, right? Wasn't he on that team?
Yeah.
With Rocker when they did that against Ultra? I'm like, dude, he's a legend. And there he is. You know? I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing here? I'm getting food. I'm like, that's rad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you start turning into like a total like fangirl and fanboying over these guys. So now it was really, really cool. I try now to go to these concerts as much as I can, because these guys, people listening to, it's like, first off, I never know when they're ever going to come back. And second off too, like the guys I like, I like older music and stuff. These guys aren't like, say old, they're in their 60s, you know? Like, I think they're both, like, was 67, 63. That guy, Al, he's 69. I'm like, you know, you never know with health things that could come up. I'm like, bro, if I've got the opportunity to drive half an hour to go see these guys and not paying $500, it's like, you know, you pay like, you know, $50-100. Like, dude, I'm all in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, a lot of it's weird because I feel the artists I don't listen to old music, but when I went to go see NF, I'm like, I wonder if he's gonna drop another album, like, or ever go on tour again.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, but I feel like a lot of artists, or maybe it's just like in that realm, like they're not rock stars.
Yeah.
They're like, I just want to retire.
Yeah.
It's like Logic.
Yeah.
Like I've been to his concert, but he's technically retired.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if he'll ever go on tour again.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because I know the tour life is hard for sure, but I think it depends on like a couple of things, like to what level you're going to be doing that. And then also too, like, you know, it sounds like shitty, but it's like, how much do you really love doing it? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Because I don't think I've never been on tour, but I can only imagine like you're on a bus or like you're just traveling all the time. Like,
yeah.
City to city to city. It's like, and, I mean, if you guys have been to concerts, like any major artist, you see how many cities they go and visit in like a span of like 3 months.
Yeah. Well, like we saw them in, those two guys, we saw them in Boston because they did an album together and they're, you know, more or less promoting it. And we saw them, in Boston on Friday. Saturday, even like this morning, I went on YouTube and I see clips from their concert, the Beacon Theater in New York City. I'm like, damn. So the fucking next day, there you go. They're just like, all right, yeah, sweet show. All right, pack everything up. We got to go drive, 5-6 hours to go to New York and do it all over again. And it's just like constant, I mean, they've got it down.
Yeah.
So much. But those guys too, they've been doing it for so long. It's like they just, it's like with the motions, they just know how to do it, And they genuinely, like when they're up there, they look like they're just loving it. It's like, bro, you get to legit play guitar for people, Like there's no singing in that music.
Yeah. Yeah. The guys that I listen to, like, I mean, they're a lot younger, obviously, but there are times where I'm like, I don't know if you're going to drop another album, again, because they're all like at the age where they're probably going to have a family, start a family, have kids and stuff. And once you have a kid, I'd imagine like you're not going on tour with your kid like all the time.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a fair point. I don't know how these guys and a lot of other people do it because I mean, they've all got families and stuff in it. But again, it's like, man, they obviously had that when they were in their, late 20s, 30s, how they got through that time to continue to do what they do today. Like that's got to be tough. You got to have a family that's like rock solid and totally on board with it. And you're okay with that too. Yeah.
I think the mentality was just different. Like back in the day though. Like I think it was like, you have to go to work, and like grind it out. Now it's people like, I think people that are younger are realizing like, why am I working so goddamn hard when like I have a family?
Right.
When like, yes, like you already worked hard to get there, but now like you've worked really hard to where you could take a year off, two off, and like be with your family.
Yeah.
But that's like not just in touring. It's like across the board, like every job.
Yeah, no, exactly. So yeah, I don't know. It is an interesting thing, but I mean, that's why I was like with any of these guys, whether they're young artists or new or older artists, it's just cool to be able to actually see these guys in the flesh and put on a show. That's cool. Like they ended with fucking Enter Sandman. Like I couldn't believe they played that. I'm like, dude, here we go. You know, like it was ridiculous. And that's my whole thing. When you go to these events, like we like talk about COD too, like or with the music stuff. I want to go there and be entertained. Yeah. Like I hate going to concerts and it's the exact same thing as like the record, and they're all just kind of like standing there not doing anything. I'm like, bro, this sucks. Like I could have just stayed at home. And listened to this. When I get stuff that I'm like, dude, they did this only here.
Oh yeah.
Like you had to be there to witness this.
Yeah. They make it a show, like a.
Yeah.
a movie.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
a show. You go
Yeah.
there and you're gonna be just like, you know, wrapped up in what they got going on. And it's like that with COD. It's like, yeah, you get to watch the games when you're at home. It's like, bro, but to feel that energy,
Yeah.
and to like actually witness these guys in person, seeing it, yeah, it's way different. It's worth the money.
Yeah, and like with COD, you know, with them, like you don't know if this is the last time they're playing.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
we were able to see Scump play professionally before he retired.
Right.
And like we got to
And
see
Crim Six.
Crim. Yeah, like we don't know about Clay.
Formal,
know.
we never got to see.
Yeah, we never got to see him. And that was like the year before like we went to our first event.
Yeah.
Too. But yeah, like a lot of these guys, like we don't know.
Yeah, so it's like that's part of the whole thing is you get to see these guys in person doing it. I mean, think about those guys who went to, like, think about the people who went to IW Champs
Yeah.
and saw that happen live. I couldn't even imagine. You know, they're like, dude, I saw Optic win their one world title when it was the. I mean, it was it the? I don't even know what you call it. The Dynasty, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, actually seeing them in person win together, yeah, like that moment, bro. It's worth every dollar.
Yeah,
to go.
can't
see
be
that.
replaced.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you're like, oh, I watched it live. It's like, no, I watched it like on YouTube
Yeah.
or whatever is on Twitch streaming at the time. It's like, bro, it's different.
Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, that moment, that winning moment for Optic, like winning champs, like you'll never replace that.
No, never. You know, so it's a trip. So go to these events.
No, yeah.
Go to music events. Go to gaming
if you
events.
can, go to them.
You know, I wanted to go to PAX, but it was only had tickets for Sunday, and I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, PAX East is always like, it's only for the weekends.
Yeah, it's a
And like
disaster.
Thursday, Friday, I think.
I'd want to go on like a Friday or a Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, Sunday, I'm like, whatever. But nonetheless, though, man, I mean, I've been chilling. Like I said, you know, I got a busy workout week for sure, but we're gonna plug on through it because I got vacation next week, so I'm fucking, you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna suffer this week big time. But I did make up for it though. We were both busy, and you were doing the WWE, watching WrestleMania.
Yeah.
We got those levels in.
Yeah, yeah.
Season 3 has started.
Me and one of my friends, we watched WrestleMania over the weekend, and like I haven't watched wrestling in like years. Like I still like somewhat follow it, just like highlights or whatever, not like super like religiously like back when I was a kid. But I felt like a kid again, like watching it. Like I get why like older people like still watch it. I don't even know why I just stopped. Like it's just like I don't know.
Well, it probably went through that phase of like, you know, all your heroes left, you know, or
Yeah,
it's like this
it's-
maybe a weird spot.
It was like a weird spot, but like I don't know. We hit high school and it was like I was just doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And it kind of just phased away
Right.
a little bit, but yeah, watching WWE again at WrestleMania, seeing like the Undertaker came back, The Rock was there, John Cena was there. Logan Paul was there, like, and the fact that Logan's like brought so many like eyes to the sport, it's just cool, like seeing all this stuff.
And you got to see IShowSpeed get RKO.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty legendary.
That must have been awesome for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think like the WWE is doing such a big thing with like, you know, connecting with the newer generation of people by getting these people in. Because I know, like, you know, say, you know, your dad went and watched that, right? He may know like. Or anybody who's like dad may watch wrestling, they would know all the wrestlers, but when they bring in these young guys like, you know, IShowSpeed or like say they had like Kai Cenat, you know, or did stuff with him at some point, which they totally could, wouldn't surprise me. Like people don't understand that. But the young generation, they love that.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why I think it's so good. Like, love or hate him, Logan Paul is like a genius. Like he is great for the WWE.
Yeah.
And he's brought so many like eyes to the sport, and there's so many people on Instagram that I follow, like famous artists, like professional athletes. They're at WrestleMania for whatever reason with their kids, and they're all there wearing like Logan Paul stuff.
Yeah.
Like they have no idea who this guy is, or they've just heard of him, but their kids like love him, so I want to go see him.
Yeah.
And it was insane. It was so sick.
Yeah, it's I think they're definitely entering like that new era of like fans that are coming in, and I think with Logan Paul spearheading the whole thing, I think that's going to be, I mean, yeah, they're going to hopefully reclaim that glory that they had back in the day.
Yeah.
Um,
I want to see Scump in the ring
Bro.
and get like speared or something. Sorry, Seth. I mean, if you're
love-
somehow you see this clip and it goes viral or something, but like
I would love that.
I bet that would be like an insane opportunity.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's an honor to be in the ring and to get fucked up by these guys. You know, like fucked up, but it's to actually go through that stuff, and to be in that ring with them. Yeah, I mean, dude, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah,
you know,
it would be crazy.
Like, bro, if I had to pay to get RKO'd, like, dude, maybe he should start that instead of like a cameo or something. Like, he should just be like, "I'll like you come out here, you pay me, like I'll go RKO you."
Yeah.
Like, dude, that'd be insane.
I wonder how many people he's hurt. But, like, that's the thing. It's a very, like, slim amount of people that he has RKO'd.
Yeah.
You know, like,
there's probably
individuals.
There's probably someone out there who's done the math on it. You know?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's been hundreds, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Like wrestlers and stuff, but, yeah.
People on the streets.
It's like, no, this is it's a special right to get RKO'd.
Yeah, exactly. Sir, you can't stand there. Looks at him.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's it's cool, but it's good to see it doing what it's doing. And again, I like seeing a lot of these guys come in, because then on Twitter you see this stuff. Like, that's where I saw I Show Speed. I saw him getting RKO'd, and I thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, because he's in the Prime bottle, and I'm dude. Yeah, and he's like barking and doing all this stuff, you know.
Dude, he's doing stuff that he does on stream,
right?
And like now like I don't know how many viewers watch WrestleMania. I can tell you it's way more than people that watch Speed, though.
Oh, yeah.
Millions.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, people love it. Like, you just imagine, like, seeing one of your favorite streamers just get, like, destroyed.
Yeah. Or, like, for those people, too, like, the people who don't like Speed.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it's like, dude, you get satisfied, too. You get to watch this guy who's over here barking all the time, and there he gets wrecked.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like, but the thing is, he probably loves it at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
He's like laying face down.
Oh,
he's like, I can't believe this.
Yeah,
like,
no.
You're like, I'm on TV right
now.
Yeah.
It's like, I have to sell this, sell it.
Yeah.
Face plant.
Yeah, so it's a trip, but it's cool. I have mad respect for Logan Paul with all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was my weekend, and I also grinded, like, the double XP.
Dude, this double XP, I mean, we took advantage of this big time.
Yeah, as much as we could. Yeah. We definitely took advantage.
I was behind at one point, and then Sunday was my, like, in the morning, I really didn't have anything to do, and I was just like, let's lock in. And yeah, big time grind. I think I ended at like 501, 502, somewhere around there, pretty sure. Got a whole prestige in, which I'm totally fine with that. I'm like, that's good. You know, I think when I first hopped on, I only had like 15 levels. I'm like, that's not good enough. Like, with this amount of double XP they've given us for the past, you know, I don't know.
Was it a week? I think it was like, was it? I thought it was like 4 days.
Something like that.
Yeah,
because I can't remember when we started it, but I remember when we were playing, we realized that they have double XP, and we thought it was a mistake.
Yeah. It was part of the update, I think.
Yeah. Well, because whenever
they did it. Yeah.
Well, whenever season 3 came out, right? When was that? Wednesday. So yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 5 days.
Yeah.
More or less is what it's been for the free trial people.
Yeah.
So, shout out free trial people. It's a grind. You know, see these guys like level 18. I'm not in those lobbies. But yeah, definitely took advantage of it. I'm sure you're probably at 500 or more. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I played last night. I was at like, I think I'm at like 510.
Yeah.
Or 511, something like that. But yeah, my goal was to just at least get a prestige through the double XP, because it's about to be really busy for me, like busier than
your life's going to be
it's going to be busy.
You know, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be good shambles.
No, it's going to be, it's going to be porcelain shambles.
Yeah,
but it's going to be a lot of like, you know, just like,
it's like, all right,
I got to do this, I got to do this.
Yeah. I'm like, do I do this?
Yeah.
Or do I game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to get as many levels as I can in and make every double XP count.
Yeah. And you got those tokens to back you up if you ever need.
Yeah. I just know that, like, I'm going to need to use those at the
next weekend, bro. You're going to be like 650. You're just never going to play again. Yeah, I'm busy. I'm busy. Like, dude, you're good. Like, don't even worry about it. But no, like I said, I mean, we're making really, really good progress. Like, it's only been, you know, not even a week since the season came out, and we, you know, already hit a whole prestige, which is phenomenal.
I hopped on last night, and like, you know, I was getting my levels in, and a guy was in my lobby. He was level 615. I was like, God.
Dude, I haven't seen anybody that high.
Yeah.
I've seen someone.
He cooked.
Yeah, he fried.
Yeah.
There you
Guy
go.
was good.
Yeah. I mean, bro, I sure hope so.
Yeah.
Dog, can you imagine how much that is you have to play?
Yeah. I mean, I'd imagine the person's like a kid.
You have to be, right?
I'd imagine.
Because, I mean, I'm thinking about that, right? Like, I played on Saturday. I played a lot. Or, sorry, Sunday. Sunday, I played from, like, I don't know, 8 o'clock until maybe, like, 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I got, I think I started at, like, 460-something and got to about 500. So, like, 45 levels or something like that, 40-ish levels, give or take, I think, if I'm doing my math right. More like in the 40s or, like, close to that. And that's like, I don't know how many hours. That's a long time. You think about that guy, bro. He had to be doing that every day.
Yeah.
Or nearly every day to get those levels in like that.
Yeah, because I was lower than you at one point.
Yeah.
Like when I first started, like, started to grind it out. I know I was like 5 to 10 levels like lower than you.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I played like 4 to 5 hours like every day over the weekend.
Yeah.
Like just
slam them
straight and played it. Yeah, like there was, I don't know if it was Friday night or Saturday night, but I stayed up till like almost 2.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to get these in. Get these in. But yeah, like this person, I don't know. I'd imagine like they're in high school or something.
They
like
got no responsibilities.
Yeah, like they don't have a car, so they can't go out and get food or like hang out with their friends. Like, you know,
They don't got the money for Uber
they don't have like distractions, so they can just sit and grind.
Yeah. That's kind of dope though.
Yeah, I mean that's what we used to do.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird because I think about like when we used to grind back on those CODs. I wonder what the feeling is like if it's the exact same, you know, for us on the older CODs compared to these new kids now who go and play on like, you know, MW3.
Yeah.
And they grind that out. I'm like, dude, is this your vintage COD? Or it's going to be, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think about that. I mean, it makes me feel fucking old, dude.
MW19's a vintage COD for a lot of people.
Right. You know, like that's their starting point in Call of Duty. I'm like, bro, I've been doing like this for over a decade.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've said before, like, dude, Finest Hour, PS2, like you with MW2, right? Bro, these people, they don't even like, they've never actually played those.
Yeah.
You know, they're over here, like, again, MW 2019, that's their first COD. You know, that's fucked up. And if they're going to be playing 10 years from now, they're going to be looking back on that COD.
They're going to be like, look at this.
You know, like,
the glory days.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm like, bro, the glory days. I'm like, dude, this is when the candle was out.
Yeah.
There was no fire anymore. But yeah, nevertheless, like I said, we got them all in, which is good. I was in that 24/7 playlist, the emergency one for that new map.
Yeah.
Dude, the maps from this season so far,
They're good.
A1.
They're good, yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Have you played Emergency?
Yeah.
That map is so fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I played every map. All the new ones. I was in the small mosh pit a lot, and I was bouncing between that and like control. I can only take so much of like small mosh pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
know
like,
what you mean.
that's like, it's the same, it's like different maps and different game modes and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, like my brain just works, because my objective in that is get kills and try to win, but it's slay.
Yeah.
Like, get as many kills as you can. And like, I don't know, that's just brain rotting to me. When like in control, like I have to actually think and like think about the objective and like stuff.
Yeah. No,
Because the small mosh pit, no one's going into that trying to like win, trying to play the objective. It doesn't matter if it's hardpoint, domination, kill confirmed, like nothing. It doesn't matter.
It's always so lopsided. Like 90% of the time, I'll win or lose hardpoint matches, and it's like 250 to like 80.
Yeah,
The other team's barely playing. You know?
Yeah, and then like you load into like an actual game mode, and people are trying, and you have to think a little bit. And I don't know. I feel like as I've gotten older, I just like that so much more. Like I want to use my brain while I'm playing.
Yeah.
Or like the feeling knowing that I'm on a pinch and no one knows.
Right.
Like I see 3 people run past me. I don't shoot. I'm like, oh, you guys are fucked. But I get through and then they all die. Instead of playing like meat and just running and kill, die. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. like Meat and Emergency. Those maps for me they're just enough where I don't get so sick of it, because something like Shipment, I can't. Like that map to me, like you said, brain rot, that's the definition of it for me. That map, there's just no reason to be playing the objective. It's so fast to spawn and die. And those two maps they're a bit bigger, so it's like you can do a tiny bit of strategy.
Yeah.
But it's still more or less a slay fest.
Yeah.
Whereas something like playing, was it 6-star? That map?
Yeah.
Like that map for me is such a good map because it's still small, but it's bigger obviously than the other two, where you can really have that strategy and kind of plan it out. Which, I mean, that map is phenomenal, except for that, what is it, in the hard point? No, is it hard point or control? One of the hills that's in the water. I think it's in control. I've been hearing about this.
It's control. I don't know if it might be hard point, but I know in control, you can like sit in the water and like try to cap it.
Because there's been...
I actually know it's hard point.
I think, because there's one of those hills... Yeah, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, you're right. Because there's one of those hills I saw a lot of people complaining about it. I have not played this map on hard point yet, though. We've just done control.
Yeah, hard point. I didn't really think about even hopping in the water. But...
I guess you could, yeah.
Yeah, I like... but I don't think it goes enough into the water. Like you have to, like you're just sitting there, like right on the edge, and you can cap it. Yeah. But all the maps this season are really, really good. I like Tanked too. Tanked is like a bit bigger, but that's a fun map.
I'm trying to remember what Tanked looks like.
It's the aquarium.
Oh yes.
I like all the maps this season. Like they did a good job. With these maps.
Yeah, I like Tanked because it's so. I mean, we were talking about when we were playing. Like it's just very exposed. You know? Like it reminds me of older Call of Duty maps. It's just there's not a lot of random like fugazi spots and random stuff that they put all over the map. There's a lot of open lanes. Which I don't know. For me, it just kind of speeds things up a bit. You know, if you're running across, like boom, you can get shot at. Like you'll be in a gunfight pretty quickly. And all the different areas too, of course, is really cool. Yeah,
and then you mentioned 6-star. That map is really fun. Like it's bright, it's colorful. The map's big, but it's not like big enough. Like you're always in like a gunfight.
Yeah.
I hope they add that into competitive, because that'd be a fun competitive map.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, dude, these maps that are like really colorful, that's such an understated thing. You know, I mean, that's why I always going back to like what Black Ops 3 and 4. Those maps are phenomenal. Not just because of, you know, the actual maps themselves, but dude, the way they look, it's so refreshing. You know, compared to like the other ones now. Like, man, you look at Emergency, it's gray. You know, it's like kind of like, you know, burgundy, gray, dark. And then that map is like super bright blue sky on top of this like huge skyscraper. You know, there's nice clean water and everything. It's so cool. You know,
they did a good job like balancing like all the maps. Emergency is that's a fun map. I need to show you like some clips that I got from it. Dude, whatever night I stayed till like 2 a.m. Cracked out of my fucking mind. Like I was shooting so straight. Like I couldn't even, if I played ranked that day, I probably would have been crying. Like it was
ridiculous.
It was nuts. Like I was snapping. Like I don't remember like snapping like that quick on players. Like back in the day. Like way back in the day. It was so much fun. Granted, I was probably playing like bots. Like unaware, like these people they just sucked.
But still, those moments are the best.
I was up like 1 a.m. playing with like these demons.
And you're like, oh, bro, I'm gonna start winding down, and then you pull a clip like that. You're like,
yeah.
No, I know what you're saying, man. Like I feel those like early in the morning, because I mean I am playing bots, but dude, they're same thing. Like I remember I did something, and like, you know, a couple people in the house probably still sleeping. It's like 8 in the morning, and I'm just fucking like, you know, I got my coffee here playing, and I remember there's one of the clips I just like I pull it off, I get like a triple, and I'm just to myself, I'm like, just like internal scream. I'm just like, shut on. You know, I want to just go fucking yell, oh my God, like, but I can't. There are those moments where you're like, yeah, dude, I'm still fucking good. Like I can still shoot nice.
I had a couple like really good clips like that I saved out. Like that, some of the games that I was playing, I'm like, is this real? There's no way. It's 1 in the morning right now. Either I'm just like shooting super, super straight and very aware of everything, or like these people they're
falling asleep.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, dude, I give yourself the credit. You're probably just pissing.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But Yeah, this season though, it's been a win. We haven't played ranked together yet. That'll happen. Maybe tonight, depending if you get back.
Oh yeah, no, I'll be back in time tonight because I'm not going. I'm just heading right from here to going back home.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't play it at first because there was this glitch or whatever it was that was going on in ranked. I mean, I think we were just trying to be safe rather than sorry with it.
Yeah.
because I saw people that were playing ranked, but again, like it was coming up enough where people were loading into ranked and then they were just getting banned. Like they were, getting like their, 2-hour ban or whatever and losing, like a couple hundred SR from this. I can't remember how much. It was something like that. You could lose
like 250.
Yeah,
something.
you can lose hella SR.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm not looking to be starting off season 3 ranked where this is a possibility. Like I might, like you're with me or whatever, and then you get banned too, or like I just get banned, then you lose. It's like, dude, I don't want to be doing that nonsense.
Yeah. So we avoided that, and also the double XP.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I didn't want to risk that, and we'll still like climb our ranks, and you're gold 3 and I'm plat 1, so it's not like we're starting from the bottom.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun because now they added departures, and they added what else?
I don't know what else they.
Did they add departures? I know they did.
I think they did. Yeah, they had departures. Hard point.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure that they added Vista and departures, but it was like last episode you talked about. It was like they're trialing it.
Yeah, no, that's a good point because we haven't played it since the beginning of the season, so I don't know if it's still in there.
But
or not.
Actually, no, I'm gonna go and say it. Like they did add departures because I think I remember seeing something on Twitter about it saying invasion like hard point or something was out. Something invasion was out.
Yeah, it might be hard point.
But regardless, like there's a lot of good competitive maps.
It is.
It is.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, because I remember I tweeted about it. Because I mean, I love invasion, but fuck that hardpoint map. Bro, that P2. Like, come on. I just I hate how that's a coin flip.
Yeah, I do like now that they have a lot of options to add more maps in, and on top of that, these maps are just fun. It keeps you refreshing, and it hasn't. What am I trying to say? It's been a couple of years since they've added like multiple new maps into the game.
Yeah,
and players have to like adjust, and that's great. And like even the meta right now, the MCW and the rival, they're still good, but there are other guns like better now.
Well,
and I don't want to get too much in the whole GA thing because I'll go on a rant about it because I think it's ridiculous. Because when you're like us and you try to stick true to like what the pros are using and stuff, and imagine the devs like, so what are we trying to ban here? Like, well, what do we do?
Right.
Today it was this, now it's this. Like, all I'm going to mention is that I think there should be a committee that Zuma, Ben, they've all talked about. Like, I know the players should like test everything out, but I think the players should test everything out, bring it to like a committee of like, I don't know, 5 people, whatever, and they decide.
Right. You talk about like the Supreme Court.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Like they decide, all right, it's for people that are non-biased and makes it better for the community. Because I'll tell you, most casuals like us, we don't care at all about like the GAs. We just want to see like a good game. And for the pro players, like their perspective, right? They're trying to make everything as even as possible. Mm-hmm. Like I get that. But at the end of the day, I'm not getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and winning millions, so I don't really care.
Right.
So I just wanted to I want to be able to use the weapons that you guys use in ranked, and I want it to be entertaining.
Yeah. Now, I totally agree. I think like right now, because we have all these maps that are coming, and I think the maps are overall they lend themselves better to the gameplay because I think most people would agree that the rival is like an insane gun. But I mean, it doesn't really work as well as you think in the hands of average players and like above average players because the MCW just makes more sense on these bigger maps. Mm-hmm. Like you think about all the maps that they had they were all maps where you would want to be running an assault rifle. You know, like the rival, you know, was good in certain situations. But if you're an average player, like you're not going to be able to shoot that straight where you could melt people far away, you know? But now when you have these other maps coming in, like, you know, Departure still has, you know, it's got a lot of longer lanes that like an AR would be good at. But if they're going to start adding in some other maps, I mean, I was like Rio, like, of course, Rio is one of those maps that really shows like that map is better with the submachine gun, you know? And I saw from Nate Shot, he talked about it on stream about why is it that the pros only use 2 guns, and how the subs, you can use any sub that you want. I believe in ranked, there's like so many subs that you can use, but for ARs, the only one you can use is the MCW, which I think is a fair point and is ridiculous. I wish that you could have, you know, like to his point, exactly what he said, like there's a standard set of guns that people use for the most part, but it's like you have one MCW, one rival, one, like, you know, of the 2 guns that they would ever decide on. I think that would make things more exciting, because even if you have guns that are really good and powerful, depending on the map and depending on the player using them, they could, you know, do a lot with that gun, and it'd be pretty balanced, instead of now when you see in, you know, ranked, when you get up to higher levels, or seeing in the pro levels, like you'll have these guys 4 MCWs, you know, or like 3 MCWs, one rival. It's like, man, I kind of want a little bit of excitement.
Yeah, I think like the MCW in pubs, right? That is not the best AR in the game.
Oh no,
like,
not at all.
It's just it's the most balanced.
I don't mean to cut you off with this, dude, but like I was using for the first time past couple nights, I've been using the what is it? The mini Uzi? What is it?
The Swarm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. That thing rips.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I've used the rival since day 1 pretty much, and just been using that gun all the time. And I was like, let's try this gun out. Got the double XP for weapons. Bro, the thing's a menace.
And that gun's been good, and it got a buff too,
right?
Like that gun's been good,
right?
Like I only know that because going for camos and stuff,
right?
Like,
but to your point, I'm assuming is like in ranked, I never use that gun because it's banned, you know.
Well, yeah, like, and also if it's not banned, it's GA'd, right? So like we abide by these GAs, right? We will, because I've talked about it before. Like I hate being outgunned by a player that's using a better weapon than me,
right?
Where it's like, okay, this is GA'd, like, you know, it's GA'd,
right?
Why are you using it? And then I have a class ready to go to use that like overpowered weapon,
right?
Because like I don't know if you've tried it, but like I've been using the BP-50.
Yeah.
That thing, like,
Shreds.
It's the best weapon in the game.
Yeah.
Like by far, better than any AR, better than any sub. It's the best.
Yeah.
And like, it's G8, obviously. I couldn't even imagine. It would be 4 BP-50s
right
on the map if it was competitive.
And the thing is, like, in ranked, would you want to use that? Yeah.
Yeah.
But part of, you know, the integrity of the game is that you don't use that because it's like, well, the pros don't use it, so you can't use it.
Yeah.
So what kind of experience does that leave you with, you know, when you're playing ranked all the time and you have these guns that technically the game is like, go ahead and use them. Like, there's no problem with it. But if you did that and you're, say, like, you know, we're in plat or you go up to diamond, like, the amount of respect that you would have by anybody would be zero. Everyone would just be like, you get a win, they're like, dude, fuck you. Like,
yeah.
Come on, you're using a gun you should not use. That's
why in Vanguard we talked about it, like, just for the devs, right? They did a good job. They banned everything. Yeah. Banned everything that the pros, like, don't use. And they did that. But now, like, man, if I'm a dev and I'm helping support this, I'm like, so what?
Right.
What are we supposed to do?
Right.
Like, what is right? And I think regardless, like, you just follow whatever the pros do, right? But they need to clearly communicate, like, this should not be in.
Right.
Because you and I, the people playing ranked, we don't care. We're just going to use what we have.
Yeah.
Right? But to my point, I don't think throat.
Yeah. Dry.
I don't think you should have the option to use a better weapon.
Go clear that throat again, bro.
I don't think you should have the option to use a better weapon.
Yeah.
Like, when know, the swarm should not be in ranked.
Yeah.
If it is GA'd, get rid of that. Because then, like, I'm using the rival, being respectful, and I'm getting gunned by someone who's not listening to any of the GAs. Now I have to break the GA and start using that weapon.
Right.
And it's just, well, what's the point?
Where's the like line drawn?
Yeah.
You know, because again, for us, for the most part, that's what I see is people that are following it. But I mean, we've had those games where there's some guy who's using like the swarm, and I'm just like, bro, like, come on, dude. Like, really? You know, he's absolutely frying with it. I'm like, yeah, no shit. You know? But does he get penalized? No, because as far as the game's considered, that's free game.
Yeah, it's in the game. And that's the argument like people will use, which is it's a fair argument.
Yeah.
Why is it? It's in the game. I should be able to use it. And I'm like, all right, well, you know, then you have no respect.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that like we'll get, you know, maybe clear stuff with this. I mean, granted, like it's already, you know, we're in April, and I don't know how we don't have a lot more of like Call of Duty to actually be played online, you know, or played online and played in LAN. We've only got a couple more majors, so it's like I don't know.
2.
Yeah, like they're and then champs, right? Yeah. So it's like the time frame as to when they discuss this stuff to actually getting it done to then getting it implemented into the game is not a matter of like weeks or a month.
Yeah,
you know, it's a long time.
And from what we know, like the way that they decide this, right? It's like a group chat. That shit does not like work. It's not.
Yeah, that's like high school shit.
Yeah, it's not organized. They need a committee.
Yeah,
they need to make it professional.
Yeah,
because
100%.
I know on the flank they talked about it, and they're like, some people want it, some people don't care, they don't vote, they don't talk, and it's like, well, I agree. I don't think you should have the pro players. It's not their job at the end of the day to like do all this extra work.
Right.
They're there to play.
Yeah.
Which, if the committee's there, they can help out. Like, all right, we decided this is banned or this is not banned. Fucking deal with it. You're mad about it, too bad.
Yeah.
Like, you have to deal with it. You're a professional. You have to deal with it. But I don't know if that'll happen, like, going into next year or something. Like you said, we only got a couple. The time that we're recording, COD hasn't even started yet, which is crazy. It's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But we have qualifiers, then Major 3, and then, like, I think a short break, and then qualifiers, Major 4, and then, like, champs.
Yeah.
So, and it's, like you said, it's April.
Right.
Which
so
is
the
kind of
chance,
crazy.
Exactly, I know, right? So the chances of them getting everything figured out on the pro side and then having that relayed into ranked, I mean, I'm not optimistic at all.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to happen. But I think it just says for the future of, you know, like what they're trying to deal with and then trying to get that into ranked so we have the best experience. That, you know, they got to get the communication aspect down. And to the point of the devs too, like they have to figure this out. That way the developers can really just keep this on track. For those like you and me who want to have an authentic experience when playing the game, that it's like, look, this is what it is. You have to follow this. And it's like, all right, well, you know, and I would hope, just like with the maps, that they would expand on this and I get like a little bit more than just, okay, you're playing these 3 maps, these modes, and you're using these 2 guns. Have fun.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I'm like, it doesn't really excite me. I'm like, I'm going to get bored of that really quick.
Yeah. That's why it's good that they're adding like these new maps in.
Yeah.
But again, like every season, I think every season they should just add like another map into the rotation.
Yeah, I think so too.
Or like a map or 2. And with the whole meta situation, like COD's always been 2 weapons, right? And like I'm fine with that, but I do think like the 3 weapon meta has always been like fun to see. To like your point and like Nate's point about he said we should have 4 players, 4 guns. Everyone's assigned a gun. That's a cool aspect, but there's a bunch of like, you know, fugazi that would happen with that, right? Which I would totally get, but I think a middle ground would be add a 3rd weapon that'll like spice it up a bit, or you do, all right, here are 2 ARs you can use, here are 2 subs you can use. Pick them, like,
right.
You know,
yeah, it's I know there's a lot of cool things that they could do, you know, with it. There's a lot of good ideas, but it's just actually executing is going to be the problem.
Because I mean, not gonna like just as a casual person like playing, if like say we did like Nate's idea where you're assigned like a weapon, if someone picks a weapon that I think I'm better at and then they're losing, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah,
because I'm like, why am I using the weapon that's not as good?
Right.
And now we're losing because of it.
Yeah.
But then you can argue the side of, well, that's what competitive is.
Right.
But then you can argue like, well, it's not. You're not on an even playing field, so it's not even competitive then.
Yeah. No, it's yeah. I mean, that's a fair point. I don't really know honestly. Like, there's just been so much talk about it as of late. I really have no idea what they do. You know, it's like a minefield to try to figure this out.
So yeah,
and you gotta have all these people too, like on the pro side, like to be like minded and think about this the same way. And you know how it is. Like that's just not reality.
Yeah,
You know, so they gotta come to some sort of middle ground. At some point, obviously, like the way it looks, there's no way and this is going to get done next year. And I wonder, I mean, like, I care about this stuff. I find it interesting, and I think it would be, you know, for the better to have some sort of change like that. But I don't know what other people, you know, feel about it. You let us know. I don't know.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I would like a change. But
Ben,
maybe other people.
Ben J. Nassim, I'm sure he'd be happy. Like he'd be happy to start a committee.
Yeah.
If you want some casual players to chime in,
Yeah.
we're here.
Yeah, we're here.
We're good candidates for
free.
it. Yeah, because like the fans at the end of the day, like they just want to watch something entertaining.
Right.
And you and I have plenty of experience of like watching COD, playing COD, right? Like we know COD like in and out.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot on the competitive side, and you and I have like stayed away from it, you know, tweeted like a little bit about it, but we just can't like make a bold statement of like, we're using this because
Right.
they don't know.
Right.
So how are we supposed to know? So we've just been enjoying like the new maps.
Yeah.
And that I am happy about like all the new maps. So they did a really good job with all
Yeah.
these maps.
No, that's a big plus from season 3 so far. Is that, like I said, most of the content that's come this way has been good. Something that we can kind of, you know, like close on a little bit talking about is the fact that this came out that they're done with zombies, like the
Treyarch
story
is.
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not really working on it anymore for this Call of Duty.
Yeah. So
And-
Treyarch pulled out of this. No, like not to cut you off,
No,
but
you're
this
good.
is Treyarch. They were helping develop Modern Warfare 3 Zombies with Sledgehammer. They're assisting them. They did a really, really good job.
assisting.
They're doing the whole
AKA
thing.
doing the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah. They did a really good job. But now I think I tweeted about it, and as they should, they're stepping away to go focus on their game that's coming out, as they should.
Right.
Because if you go back and like look at our older tweets, I said that pretty sure word for word that they should be doing this because Treyarch has been helping out every single developer and holding their hands for years now.
And it's time to stop.
Yeah, and it's time for them to focus on their game.
Yeah.
And you and I said it last episode, arguably the best Call of Duty in the last 5 years, Cold War, it banged, and they didn't even get to fully focus on that.
Yeah.
With everything. Now the next game, it's going to be great. Like, I don't want to take away anything from this game because I do think MW3 is a really good game, and I hope that the future of this is not like, you know, the typical you get to around like June, July time, and everyone's like, fuck this game, we're really, really on to the next game. It always happens every year, but I just hope this game doesn't have like a huge drop off, like a cliff. Everyone just jumps.
Now, do you think that COD Gulf War is going to be the real change that Call of Duty's been hoping for in the past X amount of years?
I hope so. I mean, maybe not the change that a lot of people want, but I think it'll be. I believe in Treyarch like wholeheartedly. Like, I think I doubted them a bit in Cold War just because it's been so long, but I take that back completely.
Yeah.
And I think it'll make all the people that have been playing COD for years and decades happy.
Yeah. I think if this is a full year of where Treyarch has been taking their time and developing this Call of Duty, I think this is going to be either first or second for the best Call of Duty in the past, 5-6 years. Like back to MW 2019. Because I think Vanguard, like we said, Vanguard. Cold War is for sure the best. So if this is close to Cold War or better than that, I think this will be that turning point.
Yeah.
Because it's like every year, I mean, you know how it is. It's the COD cycle, right? Like every year people get excited about the COD and then they, realize that it's shit or whatever. And we've had quite a few of those years. Like with the Vanguard, we were excited about that. Then it was shit. MW2, excited about it. It was okay. Wasn't like phenomenal. This year, people are excited about MW3. It's like, I think it's done better. Like they're in the right trajectory. But But there were some things, of course, like we've said before, with like the lack of MW3 maps was strange. What they did with the campaign was atrocious. So there's been like questionable things with every COD, and I'm hoping that this is the COD where there's no questions. I'm just like, yep, campaign bangs. They've got zombies. Going off now about zombies. Apparently, what that is, it's just going to be all round based. I mean, fucking here for it.
Yeah, storyline, Easter eggs, we're here.
Yeah, like that's what I need. I want like solid new maps in here, good movement, good kill streaks, like the whole thing. Like it could be one of the most complete CODs.
Yeah, that we've had in a while, like
a long time.
Treyarch, I believe in Treyarch.
They don't miss.
I believe that they can change my mind about Tac Sprint. They'll probably make me feel like it's not that bad.
Yeah. I know.
Because I still hate it. I don't care. And I know Tac Sprint is going to be in the next game, but if any developer can do it, Treyarch will be able to do it and make it all right.
Bro, Tac Sprint period. It needs to get out of COD.
Yeah,
I can't stand Tac Sprint. It's like it's wrecking my controllers. It's wrecking my thumbs. And it's like maybe I'm just a bitch, but I don't know, dude. Yeah. I hate that shit. Like,
I just hate
give me like one speed. You know what I mean? I don't need this multiple speed thing.
Yeah, it's so annoying. But I've already talked about Tac Sprint way too much. But yeah, like Treyarch, fully trust them. MW3, like Sledgehammer, like don't get me wrong, like they have done a really good job. Multiplayer, they like the amount of content they've added in 3 seasons
is impressive.
Has been way more content than MW2 combined.
Yeah.
And it's been 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So, like, they are giving us content. And they're, I think a couple episodes ago I mentioned, like, they need to give us something, like challenges, like stuff to do every week. And, like, they're doing that in this game. Like, you can do, like, weekly challenges to unlock, like, different weapons.
Yep.
If you do all the challenges, like, in the season for every week, then you unlock, like, a special, like, weapon or camo something, right?
Right.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Like, it's good that they're doing that. It's, like, other ways to gain XP, like, freshening it up.
Yeah. And
Sledgehammer, I don't want this to take away from, like, what Sledgehammer is doing, because I like this game a lot. Like, this game, the play style of it, like, I don't like the Tac Sprint. The maps are questionable, but the movement and the gunplay and, like, the kills and stuff, like, they're all fun.
Oh, I mean, I would say this is the second best COD behind Cold War.
Yeah.
Like, of, like, the past few ones that we've had. Yeah, I would easily say that.
And funny enough, like, when we're playing MW3 and we're playing on the MW2 maps, it feels better on those maps because, again, we've said it. This game is what MW2 should have been. Yeah. And, like, on those maps, it feels fun. Like, I got my first nuke on that map, on an MW2 map. Yeah.
Like, no, it just, again, you're right. It feels, it's a more complete game. Even though, like, it was originally just, like, a DLC kind of a deal. But it's, like, that's really what MW2 needed. Like, it was so close, but so far. You know what I mean? It's like they needed to just make those small tweaks to really make it what it should be. And that's where this one is at. And again, they've done a good job with, like on the multiplayer side, like everything's been really great. Things that they can control, like, or still control, they've done a good job with. Campaigns, like, obviously, like, dead and gone. Like, they can't do anything with that. And then obviously with zombies too, like, I think it was a good idea. Like, I was pretty happy on it. But it's just unfortunate that, that's going to be the end of it. However, I like to be glass half full kind of people, because when we get to the next COD, I'd rather them go full-fledged, given everything they have to make this a phenomenal storyline and, like, top-notch zombies. It's hard for me to see a world. I hope I don't eat my words in like next year, but it's hard for me to see a world where they fuck this up.
Yeah, me too. And it's not like Zombies isn't like over. It's Treyarch's just not supporting it anymore. So now they're handing it to the developer that should be handling it.
Right.
Like, they own it now. So I'd imagine, like, they will put out, like, some content.
So it's over.
But So it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Right? Like, unless Treyarch is like, all right, here's our plan. We wrote a written plan for you.
Right.
Do it this way, and it'll be okay. If you don't, then
we don't know what to tell you. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like your lesson plan for substitutes.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like do this and everything will be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that there is some sort of plan in place like that, because otherwise I don't really know what's going to happen with the zombies this year. I know, like, I think we mentioned it in the season 3 roadmap that there was like some new story part that they were adding. But I don't really know. I mean, we have not played it, so I don't know what that pertains to. If it's just one mission or if it's like a slew of missions. And again, with season 3 reloaded and 4 and so on, I wonder what they're going to do with it, what the final look will be, or if they'll just kind of be like, they'll take the resources because maybe there's not a lot of people playing zombies, and they just take all that and put it towards multiplayer. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah,
I got no problem with it.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, Sledgehammer's doing what they can. This game is good. Besides, the new maps are great.
Yeah, the new maps are good. Old maps, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Next year, it's gonna be a good game.
Saw the last little thing too. 10 seconds. Saw that I put it in my notes. They added this feature. You see this? Stay in lobby.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, exactly, right? Sledgehammer's doing.
It's a small little thing.
Guy was talking to me. I was like, stay in the match.
Yeah, exactly. Hit R2.
And he didn't stay in the match.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, you want to talk that shit? Hit R2, bro. Hit R2. I'm staying. And then I don't see him back. I'm like, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I actually like that more than just like you have to stay in the lot. Yeah, I like it. Because there's been those games where like I hit hell no because I get cooked when my teammates are trash. I'm like, you're telling me there may be a chance I play with these fucking idiots again? I'm all set. Let's auto roll again. Let's see if we get somebody else.
Yeah.
My teammates cook. I'm like, I'll stay.
Yeah, I like that feature.
Yeah, it's a good one. So
they took an old feature and they made it better.
Right.
Now we have a choice.
Yeah, and I like that. Give the players the choice.
Yeah.
Power to the players. Right?
Power to the players. Yeah. Yeah.
But man, I think I'm all set. I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we covered concerts, WWE, Call of Duty, the Eclipse.
We talked about iShowSpeed getting
RKO. Yeah.
And then we talked about a little bit of COD.
Yeah. Eclipse and a bunch of competitive stuff.
Yeah.
And by the time you guys listen to this, I think the games will have started for Season 3 qualifiers. And
go Breach.
Yeah. Did we mention the roster change? Oh, no, we didn't. We mentioned the roster change, but not who the roster is.
Yes.
So we got to end it off on that. So Boston Breach, we mentioned like our savior slasher. He got dropped, sadly.
Rip.
So I hope him and Asim have the best. Like,
they wish the best in their future endeavors.
And same with Josh too.
Yep.
But so with that, they moved on to 2 new players, sort of new. They brought in Beans back again, so we know Beans dead. Yep. And then they brought in Pentagram, who has been waiting patiently down in Challengers and the Boston Academy team for years now.
Decades.
So I'm glad that he gets a shot coming onto this team. And they brought in Magic and Shawnee as the coaches.
Yeah.
And for people that don't know, Shawnee played on Boston Academy, but he retired, now coach. And he's been playing COD for a while now.
Long time.
So he's a former COD pro. And then Magic, he helped coach the Challengers team for a while. And now he is part of coaching the team.
So we're hoping with these changes, we've got, it's a new lease on life. We're hoping, we get to see some, new faces in there, and hopefully we get this show going in the right direction.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
So Beans, Pentagram, Snoop, and Prisa.
Yeah. That's the squad right now.
That's the squad. I really hope they can mesh. From people that I've talked to, I've heard that they are frying. They're looking really good. The mood's better, but I'm still going to consider it the honeymoon phase.
Right.
Because there's always a honeymoon phase. You don't really see people's true colors until you're like in the trenches and you're losing.
Yeah.
So hopefully there is no losing and we're just off on a high.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. We needed a change. Upset that the change had to happen, but,
Yeah, it is what it is. It's the nature of the game, So again, like, reiterating your points, I think it was obviously a move for the best. And And yeah, they're gonna have to go through, like, they're not gonna win everything. Like, it's not reality. But I hope with that team that they can, every time that they lose, they come back looking better and looking stronger. And it's not this, like, they're not regressing all the time. You can see them every match. They're getting better and better. And they're racking up points, because when we get to, we've said it already, they got 2 majors left. And they got these online qualifiers. So a lot of this stuff matters. And they all know that. And I think hopefully with Beans too, being how he is, he's really rallying these guys up, and he's like, bringing that energy. And yeah, it's going to be fun to see them all together. It's going to be a real experience.
Yeah. We are sitting dead last in the league.
Yeah.
So we need...
There's only up from here, bro.
Yeah. We
it.
need points to qualify for champs. So, and like you said, 2 majors left, 2 qualifiers.
We got this.
We need to qualify for champs.
Just got to believe.
Yeah. So those guys, best of luck to them. We'll be cheering on, as always.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we can end it off on that good note.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you everyone for listening. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're also on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor.fm/the COD Casuals. We're on all those streaming platforms. We're also on TikTok and Instagram Reels. So if you don't want to listen to the whole thing, we clip it up and post it over there. And yeah, I think that's it.
5-star rating.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 5-star rating.
No 4
No 4s.
Your 4s, fuck you.
Yeah. Don't listen to us.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding. I like the view. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening. This has been episode 165 of the COD Casuals. We're your host, Justin.
And I'm Mike.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Take it easy, everybody.
See ya.